start by opening this. Chiku. Welcome back to the Tribute Games Podcast. The Tribute Games Podcast is a podcast about Tribute Games, which is an independent game studio in Montreal. You're eavesdropping on us working and what we talk about when we're making games every single day. This is how the 16-bit sausage is made, mostly. To talk about this with you, there's me, Yannick Delzil. I am a writer for Tribute Games, and I'm also the social media manager.
I'm Dom2D. I'm a game designer.
Stéphane Vita, artist
extraordinaire. Justin, game design, art, all-time hack.
Andy, programmer.
Jean-François Major, programmer as well. And
boss.
So guys, we usually start by asking, what have you been playing this week? So what have you been playing this week?
Fantasy Life. That's it.
Fantasy Life?
Yeah. Let's not talk about it again.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've only been playing Zelda as well. It's still great. And you know what? I'll have my first thing to say about the game it's less than positive, and it's the smallest thing. Most characters don't have names. They're just like shop person.
That's right.
Give them some names, Nintendo. It's not that hard. I do it all day long.
You should come up with names.
I will.
Make a fanfic and
Yeah, it's gonna be the first fan spreadsheet ever. It's just with the character names in the game and their actual name next to it. So, Chicken Girl is gonna be called Selena. And that's the first one.
Right.
The rest is gonna cost you, Nintendo. Deal with Tribute Games.
I don't know. I tried a bunch of stuff, but I don't think I'll talk about them.
It has a whole list.
Yeah. I took this because I tend to forget what I played.
You're really trying to find a good game, right?
Yeah.
You seem to be on the hunt for
It's not on that list. No, they're okay. I tried Ultonius, A Tale of Petty Revenge, which is like a super retro, Genesis-like platformer, side-scroller.
is that recent? I've never heard of that one.
I'm not sure, but it has all that it takes to feel retro.
Came out
even
this year.
Sorry?
It's new. It's a new game.
Yeah. It has a space, 60s space theme to it. I don't know. It's okay. They really nail the retro feeling. Controls are really simple, maybe simplistic even at some point, but I don't know. It feels alright.
Soundtrack is really good.
Yeah. I tried also Ethan Meteor Hunter.
That's not a good game.
Yeah, well, it's hard to forget the really floaty controls. I don't know. There's some good stuff. It's a 3D game, but all the gameplay is 2D.
2.5D.
Yeah, 2.5D. And it has some interesting block puzzles with physics.
I don't know, man. It's hard for me to get into a platformer where the first few puzzles are pushing blocks around. It's kinda, I don't know. Yeah. I played 1,000 Flash games that did that.
Did someone once say you can judge how good a game is by how far into the game you see your first crate?
Yeah, time to crate.
Oh, that's the thing?
Yeah, it is a thing.
Well, this one is, I don't know, 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, the first puzzle is just push a crate. You need to push a crate to jump higher. Oh man, that's insane.
Yeah, just bought Rogue Legacy.
Yeah.
Which maybe you could talk about.
Well, not
Because I
today.
just, no? Alright.
It's really good.
Yeah, roguelike, 2D platformer. Seems pretty interesting. Maybe a bit flawed on the shop mechanics. All the money system seems,
I don't know, I kinda enjoy that part. I'm not really into the hardcore roguelikes, and that one seems a bit more, how do you say that? Just forgiving, since you're constantly progressing, but you still.
Yeah, I just think the prices for everything is too high. So you end up really quickly not being able to buy anything.
Yeah,
you do runs of $300 and it costs $310 for anything. So you just end up losing all that money. I don't know.
Here's a trick: pick up $10 more.
No, don't die.
Don't die.
Best trick. And I also bought Sneaky.
Yeah, I'm interested in that one. How is it?
Childish. It's really super, super, super cute.
So it's a turn.
That's what got me. Like I just saw it and I was okay, go.
So
it's really simple.
It's 2D, turn-based, grid-based, sneaking. So it's kind of puzzle.
Yeah. I don't know if it barely makes it in the puzzle category, I think, because it's so simple. It becomes turn-based only when you get spotted by an enemy.
Okay.
The puzzles are really, really, really.
Did you go
really
far
simple.
into it?
No, I played like the first 3 maybe.
Well, let's hope it gets harder later on.
But it's super, super gorgeous.
Yeah, oh yes.
Yeah.
All right. As for me, I've been playing Fantasy Life. I've actually had the chance to play with Dom.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're about the same point, and we got to play local and online. Both work flawlessly, I'd say.
And you both don't have a life.
Well, we have a fantasy life. That counts. Yeah, so it's been fun. I'm kind of I think I'm starting to near the end. Like, you know, all the spots on the map are filled up. So, like, I think by next week I'll hope to have it finished and have a full sort of opinion of it.
Well, that's the thing. We were going to talk about that the other day. You always say you finish the games, but you'll only have done 3 jobs out of 12, right?
Yeah, basically.
But in your head, it's still finished?
That's a really good question, actually, because I won't have explored everything of the game, but, you know, have sampled enough to have made it, you know, A to Z to know what it's about. Because then you also pointed out 5 of the jobs are copies of each other. So, like, I don't think I have to play the seamstress to know what the smithing minigame is like, because they're both the same.
The minigame is the same, but
what you get out of it's different.
No, the collecting things is different. Like, you're not going to go through the same cycles with cooking as you do with mining. But
that's
anyway,
true. Yeah, but
that's pretty valid anyway.
All the same. It's to say, like, it's fun. It's nearing the end. Running into, like, random boss monsters, I think, is still the highlight for that. For me, anyway, because, like, you'll just be walking and some epic thing is there and you have the chance to fight it or not.
So you're looking for a challenge.
Yes. I mean, as much as it is fun to play this super relaxing game, I find it, like a lot of games, just becomes, like, about collecting things and it starts to drive me nuts. So when I run into something that gives me like a run for my money and I start to deplete my stock of items, I'm always happy. So yeah, that's fun.
So you're looking for Monster Hunter?
Oh, I kind of am.
It's until the next Monster Hunter. All you're looking for is Monster Hunter proxies.
Pretty much. Or something that'll surprise me. You know, I kind of want to play something where it's not like, fill up your inventory of things, and then by the time you're done, you're just like,
I don't see the problem.
It gets into a deeper, I guess, a sort of a deeper discussion, but yeah, it's fun. I love it. It's great. Cool. It's can't wait to play with more people. Maybe with Carl, who's missing in action once again, but we miss you, Carl. But other than that, I also played very quickly Goody Bad Heroes. That's 8-Bits Fanatic latest game. They're the ones that made was it Hawk Abrams' 1001 Spikes?
Okay.
And Temper of the Dead. Like, I guess it might even just be one guy. He's like, from what I can tell, like a one-man show. And he does these really, really awesome retro-style games. Like, his sprite work, I think, is some of my favorite of all time. Like, he really squeezes all the information you can into a 16x16 sprite. Like, he's kind of a personal hero of mine, so I think he's totally underrated. And it's cool because he releases these games that sometimes get picked up by publishers, and then every year he releases like 1 or 2 free games. Like Goody Bad Heroes is free for now.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe he does that so that like it gets interest, and then when he finds a publisher or something, he makes a more complete version. I think that's how 1001 Spikes work. Very looking forward to finishing that one as well. Seems like
that game was my Dark Soul.
Oh yeah?
Because I got it at the same time everybody was playing Dark Souls.
Oh.
And everybody was having fun with Dark Souls being super hardcore.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy it that much, but, 1001 Spikes was, my equivalent. Super hardcore, but.
Yeah.
In a 2D
kind of way. And that was cool too because like, I think we were both playing it roughly around the same time. I think you started a little bit later than me and I only kind of got halfway through and then you'd finish pretty much everything. It's amazing. When you plow through, you really commit yourself. So that's what I've been up to. Andy.
Okay, so I guess over the weekend I was, I don't know, just like sitting down playing some like Mario Kart. Was doing like local multiplayer for the most part. But then tried a little bit of online and found that to be super chaotic. It's like, it's either like really extreme where there's like one person in the lead and everyone else is like banded together, or it's just like constantly all over the place, like it's random who's going to be in first place. Yeah, when it was like when there was like one person in the lead and like everyone else is behind, it's like everyone is basically in the same spot together. So like you could go from like second place to like 12th or something in like no time flat. So.
Everyone's throwing their blue shells.
Oh yeah, well, blue shells and then like the ink on the camera, and like they had some really annoying effects that I was kind of glad they got rid of in like certain iterations. Like Double Dash is probably my favorite Mario Kart game because you get tons of items, but on the other hand, it's not like, I don't know, there are only a few items that are really annoying, like lightning bolts and stuff. Yep. You only get them if you're in the extreme last place or something. New Double Dash, it seems like you get all these really annoying items that basically annoy everyone, and you get them even when you're like in third or fourth.
Are you getting the DLC today?
I'll think about it. I mean, it might be worth it just for some new tracks. It's not that expensive either.
It's funny how the videos today are all about everybody's playing with Link.
Oh yeah, everyone's playing with Link.
It's just Super Link cart and nobody else.
Yeah, Link is sort of like the Nintendo's Batman. Like everyone loves him and he's the coolest, and no matter what, everyone wants to pick him and stuff like that. The Master Cycle is cool, but is sort of, it's weird that, again, I think maybe we've talked about this before, but years ago, like the fact that Nintendo has DLC now and does stuff like that, that would have never happened. But
no.
But it's weird that they did not do that sooner. Looking at how popular it is, or maybe because many people are that into it because it's amongst the first time that that's happening.
It's not diluted yet, so it's still interesting.
I have to imagine that they're going to do that for Smash Brothers as well. I mean, it'd be nuts not to do.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised they never did a Zelda card. For real? Seems like every brand that gets popular or liked gets a cart version.
I guess they did do a Diddy Kong racing.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's not half as cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd really like to play a Zelda team.
It's all horses with different shirts on them.
Yeah, like that would be cool. Like a horse racing game.
Well, with tiny ponies and stuff like that. That'd be great.
No.
I'm not sold on that.
Again, talk to us, Nintendo. Like, we're up for it. What about you, Jeff? What have you been playing?
Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny. Still on Destiny. I just started, I tried like my first raid and it's really, really fun.
Your first what, trade or raid? Raid. Oh, okay, sorry.
So it's like a 6-man, dungeon and it's so exciting. Really fun.
Nice. Did you play with John?
Yeah, I played the other night, but he's super low level, so I'm just dragging him
just
around
got someone,
the floor.
Calling you out there, John.
There's a power imbalance in the company now because of Destiny.
Well, it's going to be fixed soon because we just set up 2 TVs in the living room.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm supposed to like drag him all over the place just so he reaches my level, and then
just train him.
Try to work together.
Awesome.
So you can play cooperatively and competitively as well?
Yeah. There's like versus mode and co-op mode.
So like you just want to bring them up to your level and then crush them? It's like you're just playing with them.
Yeah.
Come on.
The blade dancer?
Yeah, you're gonna blade dance him?
Yep. And we decided that like next time we decide who's president or vice president, we're gonna look at our kill death ratio for Destiny, and that's what's gonna decide who's the boss.
Yeah,
I feel that's fair.
Yeah,
I feel that's fair. It's proper merit. We're gonna go to listener questions because I asked for some questions on Twitter, and I have gotten them. So I am asking them to you now.
Do share.
Just to Pale asks, I guess that's an engine question, is that collision boxes and base points. What's the most efficient way to add those to a character sprite? I am not sure what I'm not sure what I just asked because I'm a programming idiot. But
okay, talking like urban collision boxes and base points.
Yeah, and base points,
like anchor points, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, I mean, like he's probably asking like
maybe what tool to use,
or is it more like
like we're using collision boxes and we usually get by with just collision boxes. I don't know. Like we don't use
extra.
Don't use spheres or like positions to detect collisions, and it usually we're able to fake just about everything pretty accurately. So yeah, I hope that answers the question.
That'll have to do, just too pale. Ashkins at Omodandri asked, to open a real can of worms, what's your opinion about video games as an art form, and have you explored that in your games? My own answer to that is, are video games art form? Yes. Art form doesn't mean that everything about it is good. I mean, movies are an art form, and there are tons of shitty movies, and there's tons of great movies. And that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I personally think it's the best art form.
Yeah.
Because it includes everything.
Yeah.
You can have a movie, you can have interaction with a character,
visuals.
You can have music, you can have just like we do, like with the promotional art, you can have comic books or just
Writing.
Yeah. So
Everything.
like it incorporates everything. So I really think it's like the ultimate art form.
I feel like movies are just playthroughs of cutscenes, really.
Well, people make that out of like really intense video games. They just stitch up all the cutscenes so you can follow the story. So I mean,
I think the question should be reversed. Like, is art video games?
Art video games? Well, only a small part of it. Only the video game part of it is art.
It's also, you gotta remember that it's not a competition. Like, because video games are art, something else is not gonna lose its status as art.
oh yeah, sure. we should revoke.
I think theater is on its way out.
Yeah.
It's on its way out.
Maybe circus.
Circus
Yeah,
is
just kill-
definitely on its way
Kill
out.
circus.
Yeah.
We'll make a video game about circus.
The only circus I'm interested in is Kiss's Psycho Circus.
Sure.
Their mid-90s album.
Circus Draw.
What about the Britney Spears circus?
I'm down with that, yes.
What about Insane Clown Posse?
Well, that's the Dark Carnival, bro.
Oh, sorry. We're not going to mix our carnivals with circuses.
Yes. Steve McCready at Aeronite1 asks, video game novelizations, read any?
I don't know. One time we were on a plane coming back from E3, and I guess the guy was doing like the novelizations of the Halo franchise.
You were like sitting next to a dude who was writing those?
Yeah. But we didn't know, and he was like, what do you do? Oh, I make games. Guess what I do? Don't care. You know what I mean? I'm actually that kind of person on a plane. I don't want to talk to strangers. But then he was like, kind of like egging us on, and it's like, well, I happen to write for the Halo franchise, and it was like, still don't care. No, it's not this, and it's not to diminish what he does or the novels themselves. It's just
diminish your social skills more than
it's really more like a statement on me and how much of a curmudgeon I am.
Yep, pretty much.
So like novels based
on video games.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like the perfect Dark novels.
Yeah. I had a friend who lent me the Magic the Gathering novels.
Yes.
And he was like, no, they're really good. And I read like 2 pages and I just could not do it. It was just not, they were trying to reference the cards and everything. It was bad.
Comics about video games count?
Well, well, they're graphic novelization, so I would hope so. Those are pretty good.
Because all the old Link, like Zelda
The ones from Nintendo Power are
really cool.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
You had the Worlds of Power Ninja Gaiden.
Yes, I have not read all of it, but it's riveting. It's really good. It talks about a lot of it seems a lot like a normal ninja adventure. Not as much Ninja Gaiden, but at the end of each chapter, get a tip for the game for the NES. So that's pretty cool.
We skipped to like any page at random and just read a paragraph, and it was all gold.
Yeah, it was all good. So maybe it's better than most real quote unquote literature. I feel it's really great.
Metal Gear Solid comics were pretty good. I don't remember the name of the artist, but it was Ashley Wood, yeah. Just the art was great. I mean, the story is just as nonsensical as the games, but the art is really good.
Metal Gear.
But
Thank you.
The Merkin comic was really
the Mercenary
awesome.
Kings comics that you can find at the mercenarykings.com is great. It is written by myself and drawn by Anais, and she is great as well.
Oh, yes.
It's wonderful. Go read it. If you've read it before, read it twice. Thierry Falardeau at Capitaine87 asks us like, Mercenary Kings for Vita. Is that ever, am I waiting for nothing about it? Why is it not out? Thierry is curious about it, Jeff. Is there an explanation we can give people?
Yeah, I don't think he's alone. You get that pretty much daily. I think we're kind of stuck on a technical side, and hopefully we'll figure out like a way to get around our issues in the coming month, and we'll be able to announce something probably early next year or something.
Cool.
So I don't think it will be announced like this year. I don't think it will come this year. Probably sometime the next year.
Do you have any details you can share about the technical issue, or is it that or will it be too much far over everyone's heads?
Can you give us the first letter?
C.
Oh.
And the following letters are just running C# code on Vita is just a big pain in the butt right now. So that's kind of where we're
People
at.
are on it. Like, not necessarily here, but people are trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
So.
We're gonna have a solution soon.
Cool. And we have someone called 3000 at SwiftMover ask us, like, what it's like releasing a game as an indie. Like, how stressful is it, and who do you contact for coverage? And the one interesting question is, what metrics do you observe? So I guess, like, at what metric, when do we feel that the game is a success or it's selling enough? Is it sales for the first month? Is it constant sales for the first 6 months or stuff like that? Like, what is the better metric for that you think you're doing well?
That's a really good question. I think the obvious answer would be when you make your money back, and if you're able to do it in a timely manner. That's
when you
always
can buy
good.
stuff again.
Yeah,
When you can make another game.
yeah.
It's like drowning slowly. So every time you get a sale, it's like a
Breath of air.
Yeah, someone
Yeah,
throwing
when
a
you
rope
stop eating ramen noodles, that's when it's really doing well. But seriously, yeah, it really depends on like each game. Like Wizorb sold pretty well. Yeah, it was such a cheap game that it was hard to really consider it a financial success. But on another facet, like it really helped us get like tribute games on the map and all that stuff. So it was in my mind, it was a real success, but just not a huge financial success. Well,
That's some construction.
Yeah, we're having construction noises next door, so sorry for the interruptions, for all that stuff happening. Also, we're asked, like, who do you contact for coverage? But I guess in our case, because the company, most people in the company had their sort of reputation because on the back of Scott Pilgrim, a lot of people came to us and were curious about the company first, right?
not so much.
No?
Actually,
Okay. Why
yeah.
not?
Hustle.
Well, it definitely helped have our name behind the Scott Pilgrim game. But in the end, we, like, during the Wizorb time, like, we actually contacted every single, like, site and tried to get the word out that Wizorb was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really, really painful,
it was a hustle. We really had to pound the pavement and just, like, email people. I guess the harder thing was to try and make it sound personal instead of, like, dear.
well, it was personal. Like,
No,
we
but
really took the time to email each publication and, like, try to,
Yeah. And that's the thing. You want to make it sound more than, like, dear, media outlet B.
Mr. IGN.
Right, exactly. So, and, we knew some people, but, even them, it's hard to reach sometimes, so.
How much would you say the events like PAX and everything help with those things? Get the media to be interested.
50%.
I think we kind of fell at PAX. Like, we don't, but for, like, media attention, like, we don't schedule any.
What?
You should schedule stuff next time. I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah, for that.
But, like, we get tons of foot traffic, and we get, like, media that drops by and wants to look at our games and interviews and all that stuff. But
oh, you mean like setting up like formal?
Yeah, we should definitely do that because I think we're missing the point, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty helpful for them to be scheduled. Like, it can be easier for them to cover your games properly.
Cast the net out right now. to
Yeah,
all
that's
people.
pretty much how it works.
Come meet us at PAX.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah,
year.
schedule your PAX meetings right now.
Yeah,
We
info
don't
at
have-
Tribute Games.
Calling dibs right now.
Call them right now. We'll have a handshake and a smile for you, and we'll tell you all about our next game. That's how you contact people.
We had sweet goodies last time, so this time I think we'll try to one up
They'll be
ourselves.
even sweeter next time. Esteban Negrete at Onideca asks us, will you guys be at the PSX in December? I don't think that we will.
Well, what is that?
Yeah, we weren't invited, unfortunately.
Well, there you go.
What's
Nah,
PSX?
I don't know.
They're doing an event in December where they showcase a bunch of games that are coming to PlayStation.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the PlayStation Experience.
Yeah, exactly. I know there's Y2K from Axe Studio that's supposed to be there.
And also asks us what what do you find the most rewarding aspects of developing a game? Which I guess it's when it comes out. It's probably that, right? If it's when it finally get done and it goes out into the world, and just that seems like a small victory, even if just before people getting their hands onto it and enjoying it, just the fact that it's actually made and it gets out of the shop.
Like you finished something.
Yeah, that feels like a great accomplishment on its own.
And then you get your first bad comment to bring
And
you
it's
back to
That's what I was going to say. Personally, it's when a 12-year-old
teabags you.
tell me my life's work ain't worth shit. No, that's my greatest word.
Yeah. It is the greatest reward where some bunch of cavemen write at you on the internet saying like,
Furry drawing.
this is dumb because it's sprites and it's on my PS4. I hate it. And like, well, you know.
Okay, next podcast, we need to bring out that Excel sheet where we listed some of the worst
Best
comments.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I think we should definitely do that. Read that stuff. Also, we had,
I have an answer to that question.
yeah, please do.
It's the everyday co-working with you guys.
Suck up.
It's the journey, not the destination that's important.
You're fired.
Rehired, raise.
We also have a question about Kickstarter, but from Mike Horowitz, but we'll keep that one for next week.
Mike! Hello, Mike.
What's up, Mike? We'll keep that one for next week so we can go in. That could be its own episode, so we can go into it more further, and we'll talk about it with Joe, who's also like the co-founder and co-runner of the company, but maybe not anymore, depending on the Destiny's scoreboard.
Kill that ratio,
Yeah, that killed that ratio. So that we can talk more in depth about and do a Kickstarter postmortem. So that'll be what's going to happen next week. And with that note, I think we'll close this episode right now. It's a short and sweet episode. Also because I'm afraid there's going to be more noise next door and it's going to be unlistenable. Guys, where can we find your work on the internet this week?
Dumb2D on Twitter for random doodles.
And Wisdom as well. And Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Your own Wisdom.
Wisdom 2D.
Ah.
Wisdom
Wisdom
2D.
That's almost fun.
No, pass.
It's okay. Listen to it.
I have a big plan.
Yeah.
I'll probably make a Tumblr during during the holidays. The art book for Merkings will be out by then, so I'll be able to post a ton of new shit.
Yes.
So I'm not present on the internet. Not right now. Yeah, no new stuff until after Christmas, and then probably
There's going to be an avalanche.
Yeah.
You know what? I was at an event the other night, and someone told me, "Oh yeah, you're an artist that's not on Twitter or whatever. He's not on the internet."
That's me.
Yeah, that was you.
You're legendary.
Justin_Cyr, CYR.
Egg Boy Color.
JF Major with a 0.
Free Jeff Major. Free original Jeff Major.
I hope the Jeff Major is actually listening to this podcast and he's proud of himself for like.
He's really enjoying it.
Oh, well, you would get something out of squatting on that name, that ruffian.
Actually, it was me all this time.
Oh my god, twists!
So many.
You can find me at Yannick Belzil on Twitter. In this siege right now, being befuddled by what I just learned. In the meantime, you can follow the company, Tribute Games at Tribute Games. You can write us other questions or any questions you have about this podcast or our company at info@tributegames.com. And like us on Facebook. Buy our games. They're Mercenary Kings and Wizard that are available on our multiple platform. Give us 5 stars on iTunes and subscribe so this podcast may rise and overtake the video game charts on iTunes Canada and other places in the world.
And have a wonderful day.
Yes, please have a wonderful day. This comes out on Friday. Have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend or a wonderful week if you're listening at another time of the week.